Checking in for season 5 of Game of Thrones. Pretty sure we're watching what is the 41st episode, because these have all been 10 episode seasons so far. It's an 8 season show, so obviously at some point they start to, because I do know that there are 73 episodes in this show, so obviously at some point we start to lower the number of episodes in whatever season. This season is 10 episodes that I did see when you open up HBO Max. And I'm pretty sure, like, I've complained about the HBO Max setup more than enough times. They just throw all the thumbnails to each episode right in your face. I just have to, like, dart my eyes away. It's like I'm playing, like, an Olympic eye darting game. We're more than halfway through the show. There's 73 episodes. That's one thing I do know. And we're on 41. So it feels like part of me is not ready to be done with this. I'm having this conversation as if there's like 2 episodes left. I'm ready for season 5. It's always so interesting going into your guys' comments after an episode, but particularly like after a season's over, and just there's such a range of thoughts, I feel like, from so many different people. A show like this lends itself to having such long form discussion, you know, like I can only imagine the amount of podcasts, the amount of just open forum discussions, shows, you know, like a Talking Dead. I'm sure Game of Thrones had its own version of that. There's no way it didn't, in whatever format it did, because you can just talk about this show for so long. Sometimes I have to sort of know when to stop, because there's so much you can talk about. This is definitely the most in the dark I felt going into a season. Everything is just chaotic right now. We're gonna watch season 5 as GOT fans. Is that like young Cersei? Because she looks like a young evil girl.
And comes another. Younger. More beautiful. To cast you down and take all you hold dear.
Will the king and I have children?
We'll have 20 children.
Was that supposed to be Daenerys?
And you will have 3.
Because she had 3 kids. Robert had like a whole fuck ton.
Come on, we have to go. We have to go. Cersei!
Her and Sid from Toy Story, they would get along so well.
Man of action, aren't you? When it occurs to you to do something, you do it. Never mind the consequences. Take a look. Look at the consequences.
I wonder if Jaime has any empathy for Tyrion's action, like for killing, because that's such a deep question, because that's his father too. Like, there's so much to think about there. It's a little too edged up for my personal believability. That's like a 1-month beard. This is the stuff that makes me think.
I saved your life. If they catch you, they catch me.
How did he use the bathroom?
I cannot say I feel overly guilty about leaving you in that fucking crate.
Do you know what it's like to stuff your shit through one of those air holes?
Okay, he answered my question.
Has been known to visit Marine's brothels.
Oh, she's like, oh, you can use it. Use it on me.
May I ask you why?
Oh, they just want
Why
affection.
would I go to a brothel?
Oh, yeah, they just want affection. That's why he didn't do anything. He was just getting cuddled. Can you imagine the lack of affection that they've gotten? I mean, not just the lack, it's literally been 0. I think he knows. And it's probably something he craves too, but is suppressing that emotion best he can. Because you're just not allowed to feel that.
Are you a virgin?
Oh my god. This is so annoying. This is so annoying.
Good.
What do you mean? What does that have to do with you?
The men of the Night's Watch are sworn to play no part.
Talking about the damned Night's Watch. Talking about the wildlings.
He wants him to lead the wildlings?
A ruler loved by millions with a powerful army and the right family name.
Daenerys.
Good luck finding him.
Her.
Who said anything about him?
Yes!
Or you can ride with me to Marine.
Yes.
Meet Daenerys Targaryen and decide if the world is
my
worth
God.
fighting for.
I am getting so giddy at the thought of a scene with Daenerys and Tyrion, or multiple scenes, or some sort of combination of the two.
You're a good lad.
Strength in numbers.
Truly, you are. But if you can't understand why I want to enlist my people in a foreigner's war, there's no point explaining.
think you're making a terrible mistake.
There's nothing you could say to him.
The freedom to make my own mistakes was all I ever wanted.
Or we choose darkness.
She just makes my skin crawl.
We choose good, or we choose evil. We choose the true God, or the false.
Your daughter can't even look at this. John? It was John. Yeah! Oh my god, I love him so much. Didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Oh wow, I love him so much. Just when I think I can't love him anymore. You have this scene that is just straight brutality. Straight up brutality. And like your average lesser show, that's it. That's just the scene, so they can, you know, be like, yeah, we do crazy shit on this show. Look at this. This show is just so layered. It's so brutal, but it's also so emotional. You build up someone like Jon Snow's character up to this point, and for him to do something like that to put Mance out of his misery because he doesn't believe in what he's seeing right in front of him. You know, like Mance doesn't deserve that to Jon. He was just born on the wrong side, or whatever Jon said earlier. Like they're no better or worse than us. So just because he doesn't want to fight your war doesn't mean, you know, this is how he deserves to go out. Arya's like,
old times, whenever Bravo stood in danger, the Titan would step with fire.
Oh, she's gonna get the killer guy.
Wade into the sea and smash the enemies.
Oh, it's got the doors are black and white.
Yeah.
Top tier cookie, by the way.
No one here by that name.
Please. I crossed the narrow sea. I have nowhere else to go.
You have everywhere else to go.
That's a great response.
But wait!
That is a great logical response.
Don't look.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh
She's dyed her hair, but it's her.
shit!
Sitting with Peter Baelish.
Littlefinger?
A bunch of knights with him.
Bunch? What's a bunch, Podrick? 6, 20?
10, I think. Too many.
Mother's death. I was her sworn sword. I gave my word I would find you and protect you.
She is straight.
Shield your back and keep your counsel.
Her plan is
and give
straightforward.
my life for yours if need be. Lady Sansa, if we can have a word alone.
No.
Please, my lady, if I could
I
explain.
saw you at Joffrey's wedding, bowing to the king.
Neither of us wanted to be there.
Damn, she's just getting rejected by every Stark girl left.
We don't
and
want
right.
our new friend.
Our only daughter shipped off to Dawn. Our baby boy set to marry that smirking whore from Highgarden.
That smirking whore. The Marjorie does smirk a lot.
I'll find out. Is there anything else, Your Grace?
You're going to Dawn. A one-handed man. Alone.
She's so rude.
We do not mutilate little girls for vengeance.
That's not what they do in Dorne.
Not here.
Oberyn made that clear.
Not while I rule.
And how long will that be?
In addition to being master of ships, the king has appointed you master of coin.
Oh, Your Grace.
He called your experience and wisdom in financial matters unparalleled. In his capacity as ruler, he's asked me to speak on his behalf.
She's just speaking for
I
herself.
returned to the capital to pay my respects to my brother. I did not return to the capital to serve as your puppet, to watch you stack the small council with sycophants.
He sees right through it.
With respect, Your Grace, the free folk will never follow you, no matter what you do. You're the man who burned their king alive. Bear Island knows no king but the king in the north, whose name is Stark.
That amuses you. Kneel before me. Lay your sword at my feet. Pledge me your service, and you'll rise again as Jon Stark, Lord of Winterfell.
We'll make you a Stark with the stroke of a pen. It's the first thing I ever remember wanting.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna refuse him.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Does anyone wish to speak for candidates? Before we cast our tokens,
how do we get John out of here? Because
998th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
A lot of people. He's not going to take himself out of here.
Samuel Tarly, go on.
I don't even want John to be
Sam the Slayer.
in charge of this. In charge of the Night's
wildling
Watch.
lover, just like his friend Jon Snow.
Lord Janeth. I found him there after the battle was over.
Yeah,
in
in the
of his
closet.
own making.
Go ahead, Sam. Speak up. He's well.
Jon Snow was leading. Sir Alistair fought bravely, it is true. And when he was wounded, it was Jon who saved us. He took charge of the wall's defence. He went north to deal with Mance Rayder, knowing it almost certainly meant his own death. But he's the commander we turned to when the night was darkest.
Yeah! We're getting cheers for that? I mean, I'm hyped from that speech. I mean, this is where he wants to. This is where, and you know, from an integrity standpoint, staying true to his word from day one. This is where he wants to be. He's gonna be, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
You said there was no Jack and Hagar here.
There isn't. A man is not Jack and Hagar.
Al-Vakis Misa Thol.
I mean, what's the point of a trial? He pretty much... Oh, shit. She's not going to be happy. What does she do to him now? What the fuck? Wow, that's so it's so interesting to see what the your choices as a leader, and even though you can mean well. I mean, we've literally seen Joffrey get that same treatment for carrying himself with a different intention. You can be the most pure-minded, goal-setting type of leader, pure intended for everybody involved, but that still happens. It's her big dragon? I'm ready. Let me see it. Oh my god, that is scary. Its things are like sticking out. Dragon, Drogon. Is the name of that dragon. Did Drogon come back? I don't know how how the dragon's brains work. Did the Drogon come back because it was just coincidental that Drogon just happened to be there, on like the most stressful like point of her existence, as what do they call her? Something with an M. Jon being in charge and the smile at the end seems like it's gonna be a good situation for him. I'm curious to see if Stannis is gonna have Stannis will not rest, right? Stannis is gonna come hard at Bolton. He's gonna do everything he can to make his army even stronger, because ultimately the throne is what he wants. So offering Jon his last name so that Jon could help him out with the North was a good move, but he underestimates the character of Jon. As much as the bastard that Jon is his father to a T. So it was like, I got emotional when he said he would make him a Stark there, because he is his father. The last name Snow, like he's Jon Stark. He might as well be. I don't know if Stannis comes back with like an offer he can't refuse, even though he would, but like maybe literally can't. Maybe he forces him somehow, some way. I don't know, but I don't think they're done interacting though. It's interesting because I feel like I would have been, and it's just probably like a me thing because Jon's my favorite character now. I feel like I would be more interested in seeing Jon leave the castle at this point, because that's where he's been like since the show started. And I know he's obviously left to go on his wildling adventure, but he came back. So part of me was like, yeah, it'd be really interesting to see John leave and go through new storylines outside of the castle and be disassociated with it and see him get to express himself more. Because there's only so much, obviously, at the castle. Like, you are the Castle Black. You're a Night's Watch member. You're not really anything else. Like, that is your identity, more so than your name. I'm sure they'll make it interesting. It's happening. It's literally child pornography.
Does your mother like it here?
I don't think so. She told me never to trust anyone in King's Landing.
She's planting the seeds.
A lioness guarding her cub.
This is that plan she was hinting at.
But I'm a man now.
In the first episode.
Pretty, isn't she? Like a doll. She smiles quite a lot.
They're both just playing their own bullshit.
She's intelligent.
You see what's happening.
King's Landing smelled of horse dung and sour milk.
You see what's happening, Cersei. It's working.
Why are we speaking of Castle Rock?
You know why.
Is there ever anything I can do for you?
You're very sweet.
The cattiness is so real.
I absolutely adore him. You raised a gallant young man. I'm forever grateful.
Good.
Exhausted, to be honest, but what could I expect? He is half lion, half stag.
Oh, God, that's such an inappropriate comment.
I'll leave you to it.
God, Cersei's gonna go into her cave and come up with some kind of plan because she just poked the fucking lion, literally. She poked a little too hard there.
It's high time you married a suitable bride.
I can't even imagine him with anybody.
I found the perfect girl to solidify our hold on the north.
Oh my, are you kidding me?
That's Moat Cailin.
No.
It's shabby,
Why would
You've been here before.
Littlefinger is a little fuck.
Your marriage proposal, it wasn't for you.
He killed your father. What a fucked up situation.
Murdered my brother.
Her brother.
My family. Traitor. A murderer.
You're not marrying Roose Bolton. No, you'll be marrying his son and heir, Ramsay.
It's worse.
One day
I will die before I have to go there.
I won't force you to do anything. Say the word and we'll turn the horses round, but listen to me. Listen.
So say the word.
You've been a bystander to tragedy from the day they executed your father. Stop being a bystander. Do you hear me? You loved your family. Avenge them.
That little speech is gonna do it for her? Can you imagine getting touched by Ramsay?
How do we get through there?
Please, now.
Okay.
You get through there right now.
Go around.
Or you could see if this Torment fella's more willing to compromise than Mance ever was. I assume the brothers of the Night's Watch would rather see the wildlings dead.
Most of the brothers, yes. There's little love for the free folk here.
And do what needs to be done.
And what needs to be done?
As long as the Boltons rule the north will suffer.
And he killed your brother.
That's one man's opinion.
And your sister's out there too, by the way. About to be with the creepiest man in the history of the universe. She's been by herself for so long now. She's gonna hide it. I think it's just the sentimental value of it at that point. I mean, I think she's lost everything.
Lord Janice, I'm giving you command of Greyguard.
Greyguard is a ruin.
Yes, the fort is in a sorry state. Restore it as best you can.
Keep your ruin.
You mistake me, my lord. That was a command, not an offer.
I will not have it! Did you hear me, boy? I will not have it!
Are you refusing to obey my order?
I was wrong. You're the Lord Commander. We all serve you. I'm sorry, not only for this, for all I've done and said.
That wouldn't be enough for
Lord,
Ned.
Please, mercy! Mercy! I'll go, I will!
Why they always show the head?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Of course you can. You're shy.
I'm still in love with the woman that betrayed me. It's got to be that he's down bad for Shay still. He's just not over it.
Oh. Thought you were someone else.
He'll know who he is.
Show's almost over.
Made some kind of mistake.
I'm taking you to the Queen.
Varys, what are you doing? Not that Varys is, I don't think, going to be someone that you really want defending you, particularly against Jorah. Does Jorah think that he can get back on Daenerys' side by bringing her Tyrion? Because obviously Tyrion's a Lannister. Either one of two things. Either Jorah knows, because I feel like everyone, you can't like exist and not know the news, right, of what Tyrion has done and the price on his head and etc. So if he brings Daenerys Tyrion, what does Daenerys gain from that is my question. It's not like he's capturing Jaime here, you know what I'm saying? That's my other thought. The other option is he thinks that Tyrion is still in good standing and she can use that as what though? She has no interest in using anything. I don't know what the play is here for Jorah. I certainly understand why Varys was bringing Tyrion to Daenerys, and that makes perfect sense because Varys has bigger goals, like wants to see the right person in charge, wants to see Daenerys in charge, understands Tyrion's an actual asset to someone that's in charge, like saw Tyrion making good choices and choices that a good leader made. Like Varys actually understands that Tyrion is an asset and wants to see Daenerys like on the throne. So I get where he's at. I'm certainly fascinated to see him go all the way back to where she already gave him mercy by letting him go, right? So speaking of mercy is a common theme, by the way, whether it's when she had the guy killed who didn't allow the trial to happen. Everyone's begging for mercy, and now she's got the whole town against her. Then you had mercy with that guy begging for mercy with Jon, but he just went through with taking his head off. These Jon, Stannis, Davos, just everything going on with that is so interesting to me. I love the scenes with Stannis and Jon. I actually have a pretty decent amount of just like kind of respect, I guess, for Stannis. Like there's something about him that I think is very in a world where there's a lot of shitty leaders. I think Varys said it. Was it Varys? I think it was. Yeah, where he said you have all these leaders and they all have their own different issues and they're all like really bad in this way or really bad in that way. And that's why he said Daenerys is the one that can actually bring us to a good place, because I want to see the world for the better. I actually think Stannis would be a good king, but I just don't like the whole Melisandre part of things. He's just been poisoned by her and her existence. I'm not even going to get into her because every time she's on screen, it like really makes my skin crawl. Her and Ramsay, but Ramsay in a way different way. Ramsay's the worst by far. Ramsay, Melisandre, and Cersei are my three characters, and when they're on screen, I'm like, I need someone to just come out of nowhere and kill this character. You would, interestingly enough, you would think that Bolton would be, because he's so largely responsible for, as was Tywin, obviously. I think I blame Tywin more for what happened to Robb and Catelyn more than I do Bolton, even though Bolton's like just as responsible, I guess. He's just such like like the way he carries himself is just so like stoic. It's hard for me to like really hate him. Same thing with Tywin. Like I wanted him to die. I wanted him to pay for what he did, but I never like, and even with the shitty, him and being such a shitty father too, right? Like, there's lots of layers, but just how much I wanted him to pay for everything he's done. But at the same time, when he was on screen, I was never like, oh, I hate this person. I was just enjoying. I never thought Tywin would die. I said this earlier. I thought Tywin was so had things in such order, but the thing that he didn't see was how being such a terrible father was going to come back and bite him. Ironically, that was the thing that was closest to him. He didn't keep as close as he should have in the right way. So that's interesting. I don't think anything else would have ever killed him because he was just too good at playing the chess pieces. I really enjoyed Davos's character, so I'm glad he's still alive. There's a couple times I definitely thought he was going to die, like definitely, especially when he smart mouths Melisandre. But I'm glad he's around. In my head, I'm thinking Davos probably really likes Jon, like really likes him because Jon's so honorable. So in my head, I'm just thinking like, hey, he probably keeps watching Jon. Like, I really love this guy because Davos is super honorable too. Davos and Jon actually remind me of each other a lot when I think about it. Kind of say what's right in the moment. Like, they don't care what is going to come to be of it. They're going to say what's right, do what's right, whatever. Interestingly enough, it's Stannis. Like, I like that Davos told Jon what he told him, how Stannis has a lot of respect for him, even though the way he carries himself doesn't show it. I believe that. I really do believe that. I think Stannis is a big fan of Jon. And I find that really interesting. The Sparrow stuff confused me a little bit. But clearly Cersei's going to use them some way or another. But I don't know if it's going to be in relation to Marjorie. Obviously, like, Marjorie's poking a little too hard, in my opinion. She's getting a little too carried away. I think you actually want to get Cersei over to Casterly Rock before you start really like digging into her right to her face. Because this woman, you know, you don't want to get her going. And then she already did that, obviously, because she's got things going. She's got something planned. Oh my god, that sucks for him. He's just trying to catch some fish.
Tart, said Jamie.
Brienne of Tarth.
Sapphire Isle.
That's where your best friend is from.
We're rescuing my niece, bringing her back to her family.
Your niece?
Yeah, he's like, I heard the rumors, bro.
That still doesn't explain what you're doing here.
Jamie's temperament is so different. It's so different. It's like a completely different human being.
If I'm putting something like this together,
it's ever since the hot tub conversation.
My father. If I ever see him, I'll split him in two.
The actor that plays the actor that plays Jamie is such a good actor, and I was not sold at all by that. I don't believe him.
Get your hands off me! Sir Loras of House Tyrell, you have broken the laws of gods and men.
What, for his preferences?
Why is my brother in a cell?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Arresting my brother is her revenge.
Aren't you and Mother getting along?
You think highly of this boy.
Good.
Lord Commander.
This whole Cersei Marjorie thing is not gonna last long. It's gonna hit a boil. It's gonna hit a boil fast. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm so disturbed by the concept of what could involve the two of them.
Lord Commander.
Oh, brother.
I swore a vow.
Well, that's...
I loved another.
The dead don't need lovers. Only the living.
You disrespected the love of his life.
But I still love her.
Yeah, what a king of the world right there.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
You bitch! How dare you? How dare you utter those words? How did she even know that?
You must choose. Doran's way and peace, or my way and war.
Very opposite directions. Jesus.
I made my choice long ago.
What a badass. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. He's gonna die right here, right now. This is gonna turn her into, I don't even know, like a levels of Joffrey. Let me not go that far. Every time she has a semblance of like any sort of hope towards what's going on and what right in front of her, she loses it, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And this has got to be the worst out of, well, I can't say the worst out of all of it so far, but this is a really bad situation for him. So even when Tyrion gets to her, she's just gonna be pissed off. Like what Tyrion said about the whole reverse thing happening. And, you know, oftentimes Tyrion is just like talking, like fighting for his life or using, you know, fighting for his life with his words and with his brain. I really feel like he doesn't care at this point. He just wants wine and to drink. And like, I kind of feel like he's in a, like, if I die kind of state right now. So I don't think he's bullshitting Jorah when he says it's probably going to end up in the reverse, where you come back and she executes you. And especially now, yeah, I think the mood might veer towards execution. And I'm dying to see that, but I was more so dying to see it when she's got less stress going on. But I'm still dying to see that. Between that, everything going on with Jon, my king, who shot Melisandre down. And I'm so here for that. I was so in love with that moment. And then she absolutely ruined everything when she repeated, "You know nothing, Jon." When she repeated Ygritte's last words, when she repeated words that are sacred between him and his past love of his life. That is just, how does she even know that? Like what kind of, I still don't have a full grasp on what her magic and prayers and her psycho abilities are, but I was so scared of that happening, and then Jon getting her pregnant, and then her having another smoke baby that I guess would be Jon's form. And I don't even know. I don't think the two of them are done as far as scenes together because of what she said to him, and that's going to be some kind of eye-opening, because how do you know that? He's going to probably wonder, how do you know that? And I just don't like that feeling at all. Sansa kissing, like Littlefinger kissing Sansa, I'm not surprised that happened. I've kind of been, when he did it in the garden or whatever, Catelyn's sister saw him and Sansa, I was thinking more so that was just like a plan for him to be seen and cause that commotion, and like it's like a really deep plan with like a long play, and it worked obviously, but I'm not surprised that he did it again here, more so just for wanting to do it. I don't even want to talk about that, honestly. It's just so disturbing. And honestly, like I said it during the episode, but between Joffrey, Littlefinger, Tyrion, and Ramsay here, like I'm not sure anyone's had it worse than Sansa in the show, and that's saying a lot, because a lot of Starks and a lot of just, you know, people that deserve better have been through some really, really, really messed up stuff. You think about like Arya's had to see everything. She's had to be there and see. She's had to see her dad. She's had to see Rob the way he was afterwards. She's had to be there and say, but Sansa's had to, like, it's different levels of fucked upness. We didn't get Arya in this episode. I'm sure we'll get her at some point before the season's over. I never know. It might not be the next episode. It might even be the one after that. Like, it's just so random sometimes, but they make it work though. To Jaime and Bronn, Bronn's a beast. He really is. And now I'm really interested in Oberyn's former lover. She wants to start a war, right? And she's going to use Cersei's daughter. So she's going to run into Jaime, and what's that conversation going to be like? I mean, Jaime's going to have to try and kill her. Jaime's going to do whatever it takes, especially once he gets there and his daughter is involved. I just don't know what he can do in his current physical form, because that one girl that threw the spear, I don't want to mess with her. But yeah, we just got to keep going.
And he died in an alley, butchered by cowards who hide behind masks.
It's rough.
Give you some.
Is she feeding them to her dragons? Ouch. What a way to go out. Honestly though, all the deaths in the show, there isn't like a good way to go out. Oh, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Oh my god.
You are not my enemy. And I'm not yours.
You sure seemed like my enemy when you were killing my friends.
I want both ways.
Gather the remaining free folk wherever they are and bring them back here. I'll open the gate, find them lands, to settle south of the wall.
They won't kneel for you, and neither will I.
I don't want them to kneel for me. Your people need a leader, and they need to get south of the wall before it's too late.
Winter's
We
coming.
don't have much time, and they have less. The walkers are coming, and they'll hit your people first. Make peace to save your people.
You're coming with me. You come with me, or I don't go.
It's a week, bro. I got things to do.
They've slaughtered villages. They've slaughtered our brothers.
And we've slaughtered theirs.
I will follow you anywhere. You know that.
They burnt my village. They put an arrow through my father's head right in front of me. They butchered my mother. Everyone I ever knew.
I know this is hard for you. But winter is coming. We know what's coming with it. We can't face it alone.
Not interested in this conversation. No one's interested in this conversation. He is just a one man, he's all on his own here. I kind of understand where they're coming from. But the whole like thousands of years things, not every person alive right now is responsible for what happened thousands of years ago. So it's tough though, because that battle just happened.
To Sansa Stark.
Who are you?
Someone who swore to keep her safe.
How many times has she said that line? I've had a shot for every
That
time.
doesn't release me from an oath.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't be here.
Is that what it takes for her to realize the fucked up situation that she's in? Like the people that she's messing with?
We're going to have a baby.
From the way she's carrying, Maester Walken says it looks like a boy.
Is that gonna really fuck him up now? Because he won't be the only boy?
I'm not scared.
Well, I am. When the battle comes, promise you'll protect me.
Yeah, these two are a great combination.
I fear I never again see Miss Sande from the island of Nath.
This is a newfound fear for him. Here it is. That's wonderful.
In order to forge a lasting bond with the Merenese people, I will marry the leader of an ancient family. Thankfully, a suitor is already on his knees.
What in the fucking weirdest marriage proposal in the history of ever did I just watch? The Old Man in the Sea.
Long, sullen silences.
Great
and
book,
an
by the
occasional
way.
punch in the face.
Oh shit. Ah, never seen that. Jorah's seen it. Tyrion's like, what the fuck? Ship.
Stone men, don't let them touch you!
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Did he save him? He saved him. He got touched. He got touched. Oh, he got touched, man. Oh no. Stannis stopped it and his daughter in time. I mean, he had like great resources though. Man, what a great metaphor for like healthcare if you're like lower to middle class, by the way, as opposed to someone who has access like the Beth of Disla. Just like kind of a sneaky metaphor there, because I assume that our guy Jorah is not just gonna be able to access the best like resources to get help for that, because I know Stannis even said himself he got so many different people to come and pretty much save his daughter, and it worked. Obviously she's just got like that on her face. I don't know how much more she has in other places on her body, but I also don't know how long. I think I mentioned at some point how long it takes to spread, but I don't remember exactly. It didn't feel like a significant detail, but hey, it came back though. A lot of stuff that doesn't feel like significant details in this show ends up coming back, which is really cool. Is he gonna end up being like one of those things? Is that what ends up happening? Is it like no reason to even live anymore? Is that how drastic it is? I guess that would also depend on how long it takes for it to like completely take over you. You just turn into Geodude. It reminds me so much of The Walking Dead for anyone that watches, and this isn't like a spoiler for The Walking Dead, but if a zombie bites you or cuts you, whatever, just makes like contact with you into your bloodstream, you turn into a zombie. Or like if you see the wound, it's the same thing. Anytime like someone gets bit and like there's this dramatic sort of music and then dramatic pan to the wound and the person looking at the wound the same way George looked at his wound, you just know that it's like, oh fuck, they got bit. They're gonna be a zombie in like a few hours, like a day at the most. It felt very much like that, but I just don't know how long it's gonna take for him to turn. Watch Bolton talk to Ramsay about will you help me defeat Stannis when he comes here with his army. And then you watch the army march off. So that's part of the building. We know Jon's gonna start heading towards the wildlings. We still haven't seen Arya. In a couple episodes now. Although that feels like that's a very side, like super side story. Doesn't feel like it really has much to do with anything that's going on in a lot of the stuff we're seeing lately. Like even the Brienne thing, which is like a third or fourth storyline. Right now it's like a C or D storyline. It blends in with, because she could show, like say Stannis shows up with his army, she could just all of a sudden pop out of nowhere and save Sansa. Like it's directly attached to everything. To everything going on at the Night's Watch, because that's linked into this battle, this looming battle. That scene with Tyrion just seeing the dragon, and all the talk of the unless you've been in the storyline that has to do, because we know Jorah's seen it. Unless you're in the storyline on the Daenerys side, they're the only ones that have seen that. And to everyone, that's just a fantasy. So to see Tyrion finally see one is just kind of crazy. And I feel like that's going to have an impact should they finally get to Meereen, right, where Daenerys is. Speaking of that, she's going to marry that guy because of his family lineage. Like that's going to... She's playing it kind of politically, which is kind of reference I made earlier, where she's making her own choices. And obviously Dario would never give her the advice to marry this guy, right? Because his family line, and because it just makes sense and people will respect her more, look up to her more. So she's making her own choices, allowing the pits, and by taking his hand in marriage because of just the respect it'll do for her. Now, will it be like an actual marriage or just an official marriage, but they won't have a relationship? I don't really know. I guess we'll see. I'm certainly, he's on his knees when she says it, and he's in such a pretty vulnerable position. She just walks away, like there's no romance there whatsoever. So I'm not thinking much beyond just the technicality of the marriage, but I understand it. I understand that she made her own decision there and went her own way as a result of getting advice from the person who pays the most attention to her. That girl, what's that girl's name? The girl who had her kiss, finally, that she's been wanting. She's been having so many questions about how the unsullied body parts work. I don't know, but that girl has been an awesome character, and I'm glad to see her have her moment there, and have her moment not only with her Unsullied, but have her moment with Daenerys, where again she's really she's very thoughtful. She pays detailed attention. She ended up giving the best advice and just telling Daenerys to just do her own thing as opposed to taking advice from all these people and having it constantly kind of not work out. So yeah, I think I'm just ready for more Game of Thrones.
The game of faces.
You tried already. You failed.
I didn't even know I was playing.
Who are you?
No one.
Is the girl ready to give up her ears, her nose, her tongue? Her hopes and dreams, her loves and hates, all that makes a girl who she is.
You can't just hand a dried cock to a merchant and expect him to pay for it. He has to know it came from a dwarf. And how could he know? Unless he sees the dwarf.
It will be a dwarf-sized cock.
Guess again. The fighting fits in Meereen. You're in luck then. You're about to be rich. You are looking at one of the great warriors in the Seven Kingdoms.
Him? He's got to be 60 years old.
That's rude. Oh, these are different times now, man. I don't know what's going on here.
You'll find there's little tolerance for flesh peddlers in the new King's Landing.
We both peddle fantasies, Brother Lancel. Mine just happened to be entertaining.
It's hard to throw Baelish off of his game.
Well, she's made herself at home.
Yeah, but those ninja girls are running around. That one girl is a beast with like a spear.
Have to go, Marcella, now.
You hurt him!
He'll be fine, I promise, but we have to.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Drop your weapons!
Everyone. Damn.
Rumours and gossip. That's all they've got. It's theatre, nothing more. If they arrested all the pillow biters in King's Landing, there'd be no room left in the dungeons for anyone else.
You are aware of the rumours concerning you and Renly? Do you swear that your brother is innocent of these charges against him? To the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I swear it.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We engaged in intimate relations.
You lay with him?
That night and many others.
Liar. He's a liar.
He has a birthmark, Your Grace. Quite high on his thigh. Wine-colored and roughly the shape of dawn.
Bearing false witness before the gods is as grave a sin as any, my lady. Take her.
Tommen! Tommen!
Speaking of Baelish and chess playing, seriously, I mean, a lot of her chess playing hasn't worked out. But it worked out here. Come on. We need Stannis to just show up and start throwing arrows at people. First Ramsay.
My father said you're still a virgin.
Please don't. Not Ramsay. Please don't let him be the one to be. I mean, her first. He shouldn't be her second, third, or fourth. He should, let alone her first. But
take off your clothes.
Oh, so nice. And chivalry is just.
You watch.
It can't get worse for her.
You've known Sansa since she was a girl.
This is fucked up.
Now watch her become a woman.
What am I supposed to say after that? Like, I feel like I'm always saying that's the worst thing I've ever seen with this show. But how is that not the worst thing I've seen? That's so fucked up. My boy, the shining light of my life right here. All I have left. Oh,
Dragon glass.
Oh yeah.
Something used to kill the White Walker.
Oh Sam, you're such a good guy.
I hope you don't need.
I was just thinking that.
Theon.
Do what he says. Do what he says or he'll hurt you.
He already hurts me every night.
Look at her arms.
Can't be any worse.
No, it can't. It's the literal worst thing in the world.
It can always be worse.
You betrayed my family!
I'm sorry.
You have to help me, Theon, help me!
He'll see us. You don't know him.
I'm to the top of the broken tower. Light
the candle.
That is in the window. Promise me, Theon.
Reed! My name is Reed.
Okay, is he going to do it? This feels too. It feels too easy. He's gonna tell him her plan, and she's waiting to see the candle. Brienne is. You know, she's just sitting there waiting to see for that. I wonder how long she just sits there.
I'm Lord Bolton's eldest son.
Yeah, but not Pierre, though.
But you're a bastard. A trueborn will always have the stronger claim.
Go ahead, dig it in.
Bastards can rise high in the world. Like your half-brother, Jon Snow. Now the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. You didn't know?
You even saying his name feels wrong. Let me see that battle. You know how fast that battle would be over?
Your northern friend. Rick told me he wanted to leave.
Of course he did.
Why? Tough old bird.
Oh my god.
Everyone talks when I start peeling them.
We have someone better. And your blood runs through her veins.
Hmm.
Have you lost your mind?
Yeah, what is she?
To doubt me.
To kill her?
Still, decision.
She's my daughter. Get out.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Come on, Stannis.
Whoa.
How do you not lose Davos after doing something like that, too?
Where you going, Nav?
Come on! Oh, whoa, hold on! He can take a beating.
I said, get your hands off her.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Well, lover Jon Snow's not here to save you.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. Sam, I'm gonna need you to get in the trenches and train a little bit at least. Just a little bit. I know you're a smart guy.
Please.
And that's your greatest strength. But I need you to train just a little bit. Go ahead, Sam. Get rewarded.
Oh. Oh my.
I am the king. The queen is in prison and there is nothing I can do. I'll start a war if I have to.
You know as well as I do who the first casualty of that war would be.
I love her. I can't help her.
She's thrilled.
I have a gift for you.
What kind of gift?
The same kind I gave Cersei. A handsome young man.
What are you doing?
Get him out of my sight.
Khaleesi, please.
I brought you a gift. It's true. He has.
Finally.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Grace.
Tyrion, don't.
My name is Tyrion Lannister.
Don't play your mind games on her. It won't work.
And he has much to say about you.
Oh, fuck. That is right. That's right. That is not your friend anymore.
Let me go immediately.
You will order her to let me go. I am the queen. I am the queen. Have you lost your mind?
Look at my face. It's the last thing you'll see before you die.
There is no king and queen and there it's all what are they? They're the sparrows, the faith she keeps calling them. They're in charge of everything. They're just running things now. It feels like they are the law and order around here. Cersei kind of fucked herself there, right? Like she played all these chess pieces, did all of this, and screwed herself over. That's what Baelish was talking about, wasn't he? When he was telling Olenna, I have a handsome young man for you. That ends up being, I mean, Cersei's own actions, by the way. Literally, this is all her own actions coming to bite her in the ass, even though it seems that Baelish has his hand in everything. Going back to, I'm really concerned for Sansa, obviously, because I don't know what her way out of this is. If the light the candle in the Broken Tower thing was supposed to be her out, and we see Brienne, she's just waiting to come help. And if that candle never gets lit, I don't know how she's ever going to get that candle lit with Ramsay knowing her plan. And it seems that Stannis, I think he said he was I think Davos said they're a long ways away. They're coming, but it seems like they're a long ways away. So either Stannis just waits a long time. Is Brienne just going to be off in the distance waiting all that time, however long it takes to get all the way over there? I presume to be weeks. I mean, Sansa finally is her breaking point. I don't know how it's finally her breaking point after the craziness she's been through and just like looked forward and battled through mentally in her own mind, because she just deals with everything. She literally just deals with everything. But finally it's like a breaking point, and it sucks it had to be like this, which just, I need her to get out of there. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be Stannis that comes and it's a war and that's her chance to escape, or if it's going to be Brienne just deciding like, no, fuck this, I'm going in there. But then again, how is Brienne going to do that on her own? I mean, she's not by herself. She has the guy with her, but it still doesn't feel like enough. Then you also have Melisandre telling Stannis, I assume he's telling Stannis that we need to sacrifice your daughter in order for you to get what you want. Great. I don't know. Like if Stannis makes that choice, obviously there's no turning back. That's it. There's just no. You are just full blown evil. Like you're just doing. It's at all costs. Literally. I mean, that's the highest cost you'll have paid for anything. So there's no sort of. You're just. To carry out your rightful right to the throne, and be the one that fights. I assume that we're referencing the White Walkers, when I think Melisandre said it herself, like, you're the person that has to lead, then you're the only person that can lead the fight against. I think she didn't say White Walkers, but she said something else that sounds like that. Tyrion Daenerys interaction that I have just been living for and anticipating, and it was everything I wanted it to be. I felt like Tyrion, because Tyrion has this natural sort of way where he's trying to control the situation with his words, and I felt that right away. And Tyrion doesn't know Daenerys. He's going to get to know Daenerys real quick here. I don't know what her move is going to be. I'm curious. I assume that she liked the fact that Jorah, because she didn't know Jorah was, he had the helmet on. I assume that she liked the fact that he wasn't killing people. He was just knocking people out. And he knew that. I think he knew that. He knows her. He knows that if he just came in slicing people's heads off and stuff like that, she's just going to keep leaving. She was about to leave anyway because of that. It's like that. It's the MMA factor. It's like I'm watching that and I'm thinking like, man, this is like MMA now, except we just don't kill. We basically go on the verge of killing someone, but we stop right before it. And this is like the next step.
How do I know you are who you say you are?
If only I were otherwise.
If you are Tyrion Lannister, why shouldn't I kill you? To pay your family back for what it did to mine.
That's such a great line.
What would you have me do with him?
Oh, there's a start.
I swore I would kill him if he ever returned.
Tough start. Tough first task.
Whomever Ser Jorah was when he started informing on you, he is no longer that man.
That's true. She has to know that.
Seeing a sane man as devoted to anything as he is to serving you.
She's already warmed up to him. I love that so much.
Remove Ser Jorah from the city.
That's basically what she did the first time. He's just gonna go out and turn into a rock?
The man is a gambler.
He wagers that a sailor's ship will make it to its destination. It is a strange wager for the captain. He only wins if he loses his life.
The trial will take place. Fornication, treason, incest, the murder of King Robert.
All lies.
Of course, Your Grace.
If you can visit me, then surely the king.
Your arrest and Queen Marjorie's arrest, the king has not taken them well. He remains in his chambers. His servants often find his food in the hall, left untouched.
Now your son is suffering.
Why did you tell him, Reek?
I was helping you. You wanted to escape. There is no escape.
Tell her about her brothers.
If it weren't for you, I'd still have a family.
Tell her.
If I could do what Ramsay did to you right here, right now, I would. Tell me why Bran and Rickon should be gone while you still breathe the air. Tell me to my face, Theon. Tell me that they weren't your brothers.
They weren't Bran and Rickon.
They're still out there. Give her like a semblance of hope in this world. that somebody is still out there that she cares about. Because she's got nobody. This is staggering news to her.
How are you?
I'm not the one who got punched and kicked in the face.
You know what I mean?
I love him. He's such a good man in a world with like no good men outside of Jon Snow and Davos.
Try not to worry, Ollie. I've been worrying about John for years. He always comes back.
Well, why would they put that line in there? No, why would they do that? Don't make me think about that. I can't lose Jon.
Last time I saw you, the little crow was your prisoner. The other way around now. What happened? Whoa.
What? No. Did he just kill him?
This is about survival.
Oh,
this is about putting a 700-foot wall between you and what's out there.
You built that wall to keep us out.
Since when do the crows give two shits if we live?
There are old stories about Dragonglass.
There are old stories about ice spiders big as hounds.
And with the things we've seen, you don't believe.
You have a giant right in this room.
And I'll share these weapons.
The southern king who broke our army, Stannis, wanted to burn him alive to send us a message. Jon Snow defied that Khan's orders. His arrow was mercy.
What if we don't band together? The long night is coming. And the dead come with it.
You vouch for this man, Tormund.
He just did. He literally just did.
He's prettier than both my daughters. But he knows how to fight. And we need him. Keep your glass, King Crow.
So stay here and die. That's fine.
As soon as you get on his ships, they're gonna slit your throat.
No, it's not fine because he needs everybody.
To the bottom of the Shivering Sea.
He's gonna get some people, but not all of them. He needs all of them.
I fucking hate Thens.
Fuck. That face.
Commander! Get them to the ship and come back for me! But you'll never know!
He's not. This is Jon Snow you're talking about here.
If they get through, everyone dies!
Nice work! With me!
What the fuck? She's a beast. Does he have Dragonglass in his sword? The chills in my body. I wish you guys could feel it. They're sending. This is. No, the giant. Come on, come on. He's giving them a fighting chance. I'm sorry. Oh, Jon. Look at the pain in Tormund. We're just watching everyone die here. What? Everyone we killed turns into one of us? I thought he was gonna do some kind of like spell or something. I guess that kind of was. That's so much worse than what I was thinking he was gonna do. You're just rowing away on your little boat. I thought they were way further than that. They've made like no progress. I want that on a frame. Be here at the end here, no score. It's just the water. It's just the water and the complete dread, because you know what's coming. You know that they come and you guys fight, and everyone they kill is just gonna rise up and fight against you. That it's like it's an impossible battle. There's literally no winning that battle. The bigger your army is, the bigger their army is. What a fucking scary premise. Like, just how do you deal with that? I know, and they left all the dragon glass. I know that his sword, I don't know how his sword is dragon glass. His sword, which he's had for a long time now, was originally a gift. But how that has anything to do with dragon glass, I don't know. I'm sure he's going to try and figure that out at some point, because they're gonna have to figure out a way to beat these guys, and that's gonna have to be something that comes up. But I don't know how, because you all need to have that kind of sword, literally everybody, to even have a shot. There's ones that are just straight skeletal and skulls, and like have nothing to them whatsoever. No entities within them. Like, it's just straight bone. There's no blood coursing through them, just nothing. You can like put your finger like through their chest. But then there's also the ones with the blue eyes, which have more complete figures, it seems. And I don't know what the difference is in like ability, power, or whatnot, but either way, you have to deal with all of it. Got sent down that cliff and that huge mountain. Some of them were defeated with brute force, but I guess it seems like you just have to like squash them or get them in the head or tear them apart, because the thing an arrow through the head I saw a couple of them get got by that. I liked the girl already, because she's just very sensible. And when they were one of the elders that he was meeting with in that tent, and I liked how quickly she was sensible. Like, yeah, fuck my ancestors. Like, that was so long ago. And she got her kids to safety first, and when she did that, I was a little concerned. And she ends up dying in a really shitty way, by the way. And then you watch her rise up as the Blue Eyes, and I love Tormund. They just made me love him so fast in this episode, and I'm so happy that he lived, because I was convinced he was going to die. John, I couldn't. I think when it came to John, because if I lose John, guys, I will just disintegrate right here. And I almost want to cry thinking about if I were to lose John in the show. I think I was trying to like protect myself in an emotional sense, where it's like, John's gonna die here. I need to not think about how much that's gonna hurt. But like, that doesn't work though, because you get so captured in. I think I was so captured in the cinematography of everything from the moment they got there. The second that they rode in, it was just mesmerizing. The capture of all of it. And then once those skulls come, I can't even think about the rest of the episode. Oh, and the rest of the episode was great, but this was perfect. Like I said, I've never been, and I can't even, like, this show is amazing. This is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen up to this point. And there's so many, like, from everything, I could go on and on about so many different reasons why I love this show, so many different parts. And certainly when we get to the end of it, I'm sure I will like do like a really long, sort of thorough, talk about everything I love particularly. But I feel like giving so much credit to this takes away from so much of the other show, so I don't want it to sound that way. But this was just a little different feeling, because you got to give this show, and I know this show's based on a book, right? I don't know to what, obviously there's nothing I can read right now, but I don't know to what extremes. And I know a couple things have been changed. Actually, I got a couple comments recently about some veering from the book and adding some special details in here that some people have liked. But there is it's important to be said, to show restraint, because what is this, season 5 episode 8? We're far into the show, and to save this epic huge thing we got here this long into the show, and to have like an amazing show up to this point, but then you still have this card to play, says a lot. It says a lot about what the show has to offer, because I could have never gotten this scene ever and still been completely obsessed with this show and its characters and what's going to happen with Tyrion, and Tyrion advising for Daenerys. And I am like, that for me, that was like my favorite thing that I was like locked in on for this show. I was completely like, I cannot wait to see what happens with this, and how he becomes such an important advisor, and he's finally gonna get credit, and finally he's gonna be able to do great things because he's got, you know, he's in a real solid position of power now where he can actually do something, and Daenerys actually is the rightful, like the person I want to see in charge too, and I can't wait to see all that. And the dragons are going to come into play. They have to at some point, right? Like they can't just stay chained down there forever. She's going to have to learn to conquer them, and Tyrion have something to do with that. And I'm invested in that probably more than anything, even though everything else I'm totally invested in. Sansa, like I need her to get out of there. What's going to happen with that? Arya and this new thing she's doing with the multiple people to do, like, carry out the ways of the many-faced gods. But then you show this, and now my most anticipated thing is this battle for all these White Walkers to come, and the intimidation factor of that one guy just standing there and doing that. Even the one battle with Jon, with the one with the longer hair, I was just completely in awe of how, like, what these things look like, and watching that battle. I need to come down from that. What a great show. I'm so happy that I get to watch this, that I've been on the path to watch. I get to watch it with you guys. He's back. He did it. Wear the egg on your face. Look at that. He does not want to. This is a nightmare.
Open the gates.
That's your Lord Commander. Show some respect.
Your Grace, perhaps Queen Selyse and Princess Shireen could accompany me.
My family stays with me.
Is he sending him away because...
Let me take Shireen.
My family stays
is he going to sacrifice his daughter, and he knows Davos won't, like, stand for it?
I made you something, Princess. Do you like it?
He's beautiful.
This is my own poor way of saying thank you.
It's a great gift.
For teaching me to be a grown-up.
This guy is cool and all, but like, I wish this was Oberyn. It's just a different energy in these scenes. I mean, I guess she's carrying the Oberyn legacy with that energy.
If a man charges no interest on a loan, then he has nothing to gain and everything to lose. So.
Oh wait, no, that's the fucking guy. That's the guy she wants to kill.
It's all right, Father.
Come on, don't.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
It doesn't matter. I want to help you. Is there any way I can help?
What the fuck is this, man?
Where's my father? No, you can't do this! Father, where are you? Please, Father, please! Please, no!
You can end this. She cannot. You can.
Can she? Oh, he saved her life. I mean, you don't carry like a sword or nothing, like in this kind of world, man. Saved your life. I don't know. I'm surprised they're not all just like bum rushing right now. Save her. Save your mother. Die by dragon fire. Exactly what I wanted to see. Look at this. This is so cool. Does that mean fly? It sounds like fly. Wait, can we pick up everyone else though? We have been waiting 5 seasons for this. I think Tyrion is like as good an actor as I've seen on a TV show, and he's all I always shout him out. I gotta shout out Emilia Clarke because I feel like I don't ever really shout her out, but I also feel like we're really starting to hit like some peak stuff in what's going on with her side of the storyline. I feel like it's almost been kind of like a fourth or fifth storyline, but now it's really starting to come to the front. I'm glad she accepted Jorah there. I was a little concerned that she might stay hard-headed even though he saved her, but I'm glad she did. It's gonna suck when he turns to stone or whatever happens, although maybe he'll like say something and can get some kind of treatment, you know, because now he'll actually, you know, he'll be on Daenerys' good side and have access to, you know, healthcare, good healthcare, as I pointed out previously, much like Stannis' daughter did, which I don't really even want to talk about that. On like, what's there to say? It's fucked up. It's interesting too because it got so dark with Stannis' daughter, and then it got so bright, and I mean literally bright, because you're talking about dragons and fire and an open battle in an open stadium in broad daylight, and then things are like really fun, and because we're having a good time, we're excited because the dragons finally like listening to orders and being an actual part of the storyline, as opposed to like we hear about the dragons doing things and they're like kind of a part of the storyline but not really. We just more hear about it than actually see them do the stuff. She's gonna have to get the other sibling dragons now, right? They're gonna have to get their shit together. Maybe they'll follow their older sibling, Drogon. The dragon flies away, and she just leaves everyone else on the ground to fend for themselves in that battle. Like, there's still a bunch of these masked people, like rebels, I guess I'll call them. I think they did have a name. That are just like still trying to like they still have to fend for themselves, but they have Dario, I guess, so they'll be all right. And the dragon did take out quite a few people with dragon fire, which is so sick to see. 1 second, they're in the tent. Melisandre's like, is it Gendry? Is that his name? She's like, we have your daughter, you know, sacrifice her or whatever. And he's so mad. He's like, get out. How dare you? Blah, blah, blah. And then like all it takes is them to be ambushed, which is pretty bad, by the way. Like Ramsay knows what he's doing. He had his 20 guys and he did it. He was confident about his plan, and obviously he made it work. Your camp was super susceptible if they were able to be fucked over like that in the middle of the night. That's all it took, was one fallback, pretty significant fallback, but just one. And then you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll sacrifice my daughter. But he said it himself when he was talking. He's telling his own daughter, he's like, a man has to do what a man has to do to fulfill his destiny. And it's just like literally, like I just feel gross listening to it, because it's just so dark. You know, it's your fucking daughter. But then again, it's the same daughter he had up in that tower for so long with the mother, who was like trying to reason the whole thing, and then eventually, like at the last second, she's like, no, I can't watch this.
You will receive what is yours by right.
Is now the time? Oh, she hung herself. I mean, that's like not the most surprising thing, honestly. That can't really bother you that much after what you just did. That should be the least surprising thing that's happened to you in your whole life.
You killed a White Walker
with Longclaw.
Valyrian steel, right? That's what
I saw him shatter steel axes like they were glass, but Longclaw
is Valyrian steel. How many Valyrian steel swords are left in the Seven Kingdoms?
Not enough.
There they go. That's Stannis, right? Go get her. Fuck those rabbits. Yeah, Stannis ain't backing down. That's who he is. Does he die here? Like, is this the end of Stannis Baratheon? He's acting like his injuries are just an inconvenience.
Bolton has women fighting for him.
Brienne.
I don't fight for the Boltons. I was there when he was murdered by a shadow with your face.
Kind of easy prey for her here.
In the name of Renly of House Baratheon, first of his name, I, Brienne of Tarth, sentence you to die.
I think he would have bled out anyway. But hey, I'm glad you get to carry out your duties.
Do you have any last words?
So he's dead. Oh my! Oh shit! They showed the splatter and everything. You already did it. Now you gotta be Theon again. But like the original Theon. Oh my god! Go Arya!
You know who I am. I'm Arya Stark.
What's happening?
I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Too long. Got a noble woman to marry back home.
You want a good girl, but you need a bad pussy.
He's speaking bronze language.
I know. About you and Mother.
There it is.
I think a part of me always knew. And I'm glad.
Why?
Miss Ella?
Is she 11? Wait, what the fuck? What? Why? Why? Whoa! That kiss from. Oh, poor Jamie. I don't even have it in me to give up poor Cersei.
You love her, don't you?
They both say yes.
How could you not?
Well, the longer we sit here bantering, the longer Daenerys is out there in the wilderness.
He's right. The dragon headed north. If we're going to find her, that's where we'll have to go.
Only the Unsullied can keep the peace in Marine. If you leave, half this city will consume the other half.
So Tyrion will give the orders and he'll translate?
Our queen trusts no one more than Missandei. Certainly not me.
Dario always makes sense with everything he says.
Hello, old friend.
Oh, well, hello.
I thought we were so happy together until you abandoned me.
Drogon, can you take me back to Marine? How far did you carry me?
Just how long is it going to take for them to get to you? It seems pretty far. Jorah and Dario definitely aren't saving her from them. That's for sure.
Council Lannister.
Your cousin and the king's squire.
I was lonely and afraid.
You had a husband.
A husband of whoring every chance.
His sins do not pardon your own. I will permit you to return to the Red Keep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mother is merciful. After your atonement.
My atonement?
Her atonement is a bath?
A sinner comes before you. Cersei of House Lannister.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Probably the character I've loathed the most up to this point, but like this is not. Is that the creation?
If it please your grace, he has taken a holy vow of silence.
The mountain guy
Sworn
creation?
that he will not speak until all his grace's enemies are dead.
Shireen, the princess.
Lord Commander, it's one of the wildlings you brought back. Says he knows your Uncle Benjen. Says he's still alive.
Are you sure he's talking about Benjen?
Said he was first ranger.
Man says he saw your uncle at Hard on the last full moon.
Could be lying.
Could be. There are ways to find out.
Where is he?
Over there.
Go! No! For what? The purest person on this show. I don't think it's even close. I mean, can't they understand that he... Didn't they hear about everything that they saw? All those dead people would have came and killed everybody anyway. Yeah, I can't. I just can't do it. This looks like... Oh, this is not where I want to be.
Help me get him inside.
I can't believe I have to watch it. They couldn't simulate this part. I do like Davos, and I'm glad he's still around.
Jon Snow was my Lord Commander. I had no love for him. That was no secret. But I never once disobeyed an order.
You killed him!
We no longer have Sansa Stark. You played your games with her. You played your games with the heir to the Iron Islands, and now they're both...
Yeah, you can call it that. You can call it his games.
They won't get far. Go north. Only north. Jon is Lord Commander of Castle Black.
No, he's not. Fed up with this show dangling like Starks reuniting. At least I know that won't happen.
Where is Lady Bolton?
It's Brienne, let's go.
I offer my services once again.
I cry.
Arise.
Look at her. That's a young Catelyn right there. That's the first time I've ever looked at Sansa and saw Catelyn.
A ship from Dawn has sailed into the harbor.
She doesn't know. Holy fuck. She thought, oh my gosh, she thought it was bad before. It's about to be worse.
No one can answer anymore.
She was good.
So is...
From her first breath, she was so sweet.
Unlike you. So is Tommen. This is war. Oh yeah. Yep.
Princess Marcella.
I hate it, but it's kind of reminiscent of what happened to Jon.
Isn't it frustrating? Wanting someone who doesn't want you back.
Of course it is.
You're a romantic. I admire that.
Mesherikron, Khaldrogo Kipar Boisi.
Khaldrogo Driva.
Ananisak.
Vaistofrak. Vaisofto Shikhali. Atira Shechis me Machalinios.
The widows of dead.
Menem Nessa.
Oh.
Stand and fight, blind girl.
It's not nice.
I can't see.
Well, that's your problem, not mine.
Well, she's grunting every hit, as you tell. I can't believe he just gets to be in charge now, too. Like, what kind of I don't, like... How does that work like that? She lost her juice. It's gone. What is that? Who's that? That's not her. Who is that? To be honest, I have more of a crush on her in that form than previously. That was crazy to see. Is this what I think it is? 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 We waited, and it's here.
Give him another go, Ned.
Oh, he's watching his dad.
It's my father. And my Uncle Benjamin.
Keep your shield up, or I'll ring your head like a bell. Diana!
Your lady. Hodor talks.
He was traumatized somehow, some way.
It is beautiful beneath the sea. But if you stay too long, you'll drown.
I wasn't drowning. I was home.
She's freaky looking. She's upset. I mean, she lost her brother. She doesn't see what the point of all this is. Her brother was the one that could see the point of all of it, so it's understandable that she's the one struggling now. Brienne and Sansa. Brienne and Sansa. Oh. Yeah.
You fucking traitor.
The only traitors here are the ones who shoved their knives into their Lord Commander's heart.
Yes.
Throw them into the cells where they belong.
The kid too. He can't be, but the kid can't be trusted.
I'll have my men get the wood for a fire. Bodies to burn.
I love Tormund.
Your sister sought the gods' mercy and atoned for her sin.
What about my sins?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't take him away too, because he's not.
I broke
He's
the
right
sacred
there.
oath and stabbed my king in the back.
Oh, he's gonna do it. No more chains.
Who are you?
Oh, here he is.
No one.
I look forward to meeting my new brother.
You need to kill that kid. Look at him. Oh, shit. Yeah, your own fault.
Send ravens to all the northern houses. Roose Bolton is dead. Poisoned by our enemies.
Is he gonna... No.
Where is Lord Bolton? Ramsay. Ramsay, please. I'll leave Winterfell. I'll go back to the Riverlands.
I prefer being an only child.
Where will you go?
Yeah.
Home.
Oh, yeah, we did see it in the opening. That's right. What was that? His brother?
I thought you'd be rotting under some foreign sea by now.
I am the storm, brother. The first storm and the last. And you're in my way.
My father would have wanted me to rule.
Your father does not get to choose. The law is clear.
King's Moat? It's Yara all day, every day. Not even a question.
Do you know of any magic that could help him? Bring him back.
Don't play
If you
with
want
me.
to help him, leave him be.
Don't play
Can it
with
be
me.
done?
Don't play with me.
I'm not asking the Lord of Light for help. I'm asking the woman who showed me that miracles exist.
I never had this gift.
Have you ever tried?
just did that this morning. Did he breathe? 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 Yes! Nothing else matters that happened in this episode. Jon f***ing Snow is back. But is he back as Jon Snow? Or is he back as Jon Snow, but like, will he have his memory? I don't know. Like, is he going to be regular Jon Snow is my main question. Or some other version of that. Whatever version that is. Whether he's forgotten everything. Whether he's just not the same person. I don't know. Curious to see. God, am I curious to see. I didn't even like, I was so startled that. Let me see his eyes. Okay, his eyes are like regular. He seems like he just came back regular. He seems like really startled, like he just like got resuscitated or something, which he kind of did. Okay, I was wondering like maybe his eyes would be a different color or something. He seems just like Jon. Bran just keeps having more and more visions. So it seems like they've been there for a while. I just don't know how long. It certainly is going to serve a purpose, obviously, because they keep foreshadowing the war. When Jon meets up with the people that killed him, what a scene that's going to be. And is she going to show mercy? Like assuming he's the Jon Snow of old, he just might. I hope he doesn't, because they don't deserve it. I love Tormund. I wrote that down. Every time I've written that down like 3 straight episodes that we see him anyway. Tyrion released the dragons. That was crazy, by the way. I'm glad that they had Tyrion say to Varys, like, punch me if I come up with an idea again, because that's real. Like, what Tyrion did there is not the Tyrion I know. A little weird, honestly, that he was able to do that without having, again, that girl, Miss Sunday, with him, because the dragons have never seen him or Varys. But that just means that they understand. He was talking to them in English, right? Not Valyrian. I don't remember. I think he was talking to them in English because his Valyrian is bad. Cersei is going to gain control back. It's going to happen. And now she's got this mountain guy on her side. And of course, there's still Jaime. I don't know if last we saw Jaime, he was surrounded by the Sparrows. I don't know. I feel like they took him because of what was going on in there. But it's not going to matter for long anyway, because Cersei's going to... She's gonna start controlling shit. Love seeing Yara. I love Yara. Yara and Brienne. I love the two of them so much. The women in this show are so fucking badass. Even going back to Ygritte, who still like kills me, but the women in the show are so awesome. Like Arya as well, even though she's going through her own thing here. And again, that's just, I'm not commenting on that until I just keep seeing more and more. And I mentioned it in passing, but all the Arya scenes are just a lot shorter than everyone else's scene. For whatever purpose that is. Maybe I don't know, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Theon's going to get back home and I would imagine have learned quite a hard lesson about loyalty. Because last time he was home, he was acting kind of, like a jerk.
What do you remember?
Ollie.
Oh, it's gonna kill him.
You put a knife in my heart.
Oh my gosh. He remembers.
The Lord let you come back for a reason. Stannis was not the prince who was promised, but someone has to be.
You were dead. And now you're not.
Yeah.
That's completely fucking mad, seems to me.
Yes.
I can only imagine how it seems to you.
Where's my guy, Red? Yeah, this guy right here.
They think you're some kind of god.
There it is.
The man who
they should.
From the dead. What kind of god would have a pecker that small?
That's a friendship, though. Honestly, now that's a brother. That is a best friendship, brother friendship like that. I love that. Also, that's not really fair. Like, he was dead. You saw his dead penis. Like, that doesn't really account. Like, there's a lot of...
Your eyes are still brown.
You know, some people are growers. It's not fair.
You sure that's still you in there?
That's all I'd be thinking, too, though.
Your father beat him.
Did he?
No, he did. Heard the story 1,000 times.
That's his sister, I assume. Who's the guy that is just like a
What's
random...
in the tower?
That's enough for one day. We'll visit again another time.
I want to see where he's going.
Time to go. But before you leave, you must learn.
Learn what?
Everything.
I still don't know what... I still have no idea what his purpose here is.
He was nice. He called us his little birds.
We get to actually see the little birds. Is he trying to, like...
He's friends with all my friends.
Gain the... Like, get Varys's birds, little birds, on his side?
We never sanctioned this experiment. And I, for one, think it will be in our best interest to have the beast destroyed.
You didn't hear... He just made, like, the loudest footsteps inside. You didn't...
Can I help you?
Who else was on Arya Stark's funny little list?
How funny list?
Cersei Lannister. Gregor Clegane. Walder Frey.
Please, get it done. Oh.
Who are you?
No one.
No one.
The colder it gets, the farther south those goat fuckers will roam. Won't take them long to get here.
You think a horde of wildlings can take Winterfell?
If they get Jon Snow leading them, maybe. He knows his place better than we ever will.
Hello, long time no see.
I like them wild.
And a boy. Nice and young.
Rickon!
Who's this?
He's older now.
Rickon Stark.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Ramsay's kind of fucking legendary hard-on right now. John's obviously going to find out some way that Ramsay's got Rickon, and then you bet your ass that's when he finally is ready to go charging over there, but Ramsay's going to have some sort of fucking thing ready for him. Ramsay's proven that. This is a lot for him. Does he do this? Does he do this?
What do you want me to do with this?
Wear it. Burn it. Whatever you want.
I liked him in that, though.
You have Castle Black.
What does that mean?
My watch is ended.
Can he make that choice? Biggest takeaway here for sure is obviously I would say Rickon and I forgot that girl's name. She's Tonks in Harry Potter. Ramsay has them. That's very significant, obviously. And then in my head, I'm just thinking John's gonna bring the whole Night's Watch to them and the wildlings. But now that's not the case. He's not there anymore. He just is Oathbreaker. That's why he's the Oathbreaker, because he just walked away. Because you can't do that. You can't do what he's doing. But he just does. That's why it feels so weird to just see him do it, and no one, it feels so casual. Not casual, but it just seems so, no one really has a reaction. But also that guy just came back from the dead. They're probably like all a little bit still in shock as far as that part goes. He just leaves. And I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that I think it all has to do with the conversation he had with Davos. It was a short conversation, but it was exactly that. It was he's like, I shouldn't be alive. I made my choices. I failed, and I suffered the consequences of that failure, and that's that. I don't think he feels any sort of like, yeah, I'm alive, like redemption, second life. I think I died, and that's, sort of the justice I should feel. I think Ned would feel the same way. I think if Ned was, I know he was beheaded, But if his head was somehow stitched on and he was brought back to life, I think he'd feel probably a similar way, even though he has a lot more as far as like his kids and his wife, and there's a lot more. Like John doesn't have anything else that's really out there for him, he feels like, anyway. So I didn't see that coming at all. More things happen in this episode, but this feels pretty by far the most significant. You have the Bran flashbacks, which are definitely interesting, but I think we need to understand more of what he needs to learn. The guy that's been alive for 1,000 years, just been sitting there for 1,000 years, said like, you need to learn everything. I think we as an audience now need to figure out like, what is this everything? I'm sure they'll show us, just like with Arya. I'm sure they'll show us what, now that she's officially no one and accepted, what does this mean for her moving forward?
You swore a vow.
Aye, I pledged my life to the Night's Watch. I gave my life.
For all knights to come.
They killed me, Ed, my own brothers. You want me to stay here after that?
That's an interesting technicality. He's not wrong. Oh, shit. Oh! As know that I have been clamoring for this kind of moment since Ned. What if he finds out about Rickon? Then you can't leave. Then you need the whole watch. Just think about everything she's been through to finally get to somebody means as much to her as a John would.
My friends in the north tell me Sansa has escaped Winterfell. I expect she's headed to Castle Black, where her brother serves as Lord Commander. But she won't be safe there. Not with the Boltons after her.
All these moves by Baelish.
We should help her.
Oh, he sees it. Secret's out.
Don't worry. It didn't touch you.
You're gonna be less mean to him now?
I know what happens.
Well, they came at a good time if she's got one more night.
Listen to me. You need to stay strong.
I can't stay strong. I never was strong.
You are strong. You hate these fanatics as much as we do. You hate what they've done to your son. Do you want Lancel back?
Oh, he's Lancel's father. The uncle.
Of course I want him back.
All these reunions, all these family reunions going on. My heart isn't as warm for this one as it was
They told me you were home and I didn't believe it.
with Jon and Sansa.
You think any Ironborn wants you to be king?
I don't think
After
he
what you've
came
done?
back here to be king.
I don't want to be king.
What do you want?
Just to be with his family, to be with his sister, to be...
Listen to you. You're the only one.
That doesn't matter anymore. Stop crying.
You should rule the Iron Islands.
Yes.
Let me help you.
Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. It makes all the sense in the world.
You told me everything. All about the Stark boys, who helped them escape.
Fuck, hurry up, grab it before he...
And how she did it.
Come on. Well, it was nice to have you back. I mean, thankfully she hasn't been on the show for a while, so whatever, affinity I had for her kind of went away because I forgot all about her.
Winterfell is mine, bastard. Come and see. Your brother Rickon is in my dungeon.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Watch as my soldiers take turns raping your sister. You will watch as my dogs devour your wild little brother.
I want him to kill...
One of the last true Warden of the North. Northern families are loyal. They'll fight for you if you ask.
Oh, yeah. Rob... Oh, that's like Rob all over again.
Has taken our home and our brother.
Yes, yes, yes! I know you... I know, John. I know. I understand. You don't want to anything to do with it anymore.
Mafini maliso. Hasyer manjile mayeje. Entayeri triva hameja. Haji Eron.
She get your fee.
The dragons aren't
here.
Ieri vadrivoi.
And the flames almost kind of look like a dragon a little bit. I could have just imagined that, but it sort of had like the shape of it. I knew she'd make her way out of this situation because she always does. I was just worried that her plan would not go perfectly and it would cost the life of somebody, whether it be that girl, one of the widows in there that she had asked to trust her, or whether it would be Dario, or whether it would be Jorah. I just thought something would go sideways. I didn't even, her ability to withstand flames, not something she's really had like utilized since, again, season 1, aside from riding a dragon recently, or controlling her dragons best she can. Like that, it's just not really been a thing for a while. So for that to be because her just being like, yeah, I'm gonna be in charge and you're all gonna die, or whatever she said there. She's been doing everywhere she goes. She just walks up to and declares basically what's gonna go down, and it always works out. I am so hype about Jon with the nod. And it's just a nod. Yeah, it's not like let's go to war, like we're getting my brother back. It's a nod because obviously he hates this, but it's also like, yeah, we have to do this. You're absolutely right. And again, Sansa is just different now, and I love it. And it almost it makes me a little bit emotional to think about everything she's been through to this point to be who she is right now. It's just like Sansa the Survivor is so badass. As we get closer to the end, we're pretty close to the end now with the shorter seasons coming up. As we get closer to the end, my mind does sort of linger into the thoughts of like Game of Thrones was pretty infamous. Like even if you didn't watch Game of Thrones, you heard everyone complaining about the ending. So I have that. I'm starting to have that. Like it wasn't really in my head at all as we've been watching, because there's been so much to watch. But now that we're getting towards the end, it's coming back into my mind. You guys know I'm gonna go into it with a completely open mind. But I don't know when that started though. I don't know what time frame it covers. Whether it's the whole last 2 seasons, the last couple episodes. I just don't know. I just know it's like a very, very polarizing opinion in a large amount of people. So and we're getting to the point where I'm so curious. I'm like, how did they fuck it up? Because it's great. The show's amazing. It's so good. I lose characters I love constantly, and it's still so good. And I hate Jaime, and then I like Jaime, and I hate Cersei, and then I look back at older episodes, and I'm like, oh, maybe I don't hate Cersei as much as I thought I did. Maybe I misunderstood. And then I look at those older episodes and I'm reminded of like, how do I like Jaime? How can I get myself to like Jaime? Like he was the worst. And then I'm thinking about that again. I'm like, wait, can I really like Jaime? Once he's around Cersei, he becomes like a monster. Is that going to happen again? And there's just Tyrion, and there's so like, how did they fuck it up?
That. What else do you think he did?
Sansa, I don't...
What else?
Let's kill him finally. Did he cut you? Oh God, you're such a.
Maybe you did know about Ramsay all along.
I didn't know.
You're such a gaslighter.
I would do anything to undo what's been done to you.
She's not the same girl that no. She's not who she was before.
No, I can't.
Give it up.
Would you allow me to say one more thing before I go?
She was spared the having to actually see it, and that's as close as she's gotten to seeing it.
All is well.
Oh, I feel so bad for her right now.
From my father, Tywin Lannister.
To our children, may they have your talent and your filthy mind.
So is this Lady Crane supposed to be a bad person?
So the man has heard.
Seems like a decent woman.
Does death only come for the wicked and leave the decent behind?
If only.
No.
This is part of the
Who
gig?
has decided?
A servant does not ask questions.
Has a girl decided? Or has she decided that she's not gonna do it?
You made the White Walk.
We needed to defend ourselves.
From whom?
From you. From men.
The Salt Throne.
This is the guy that snuck in, right?
When did you return, Uncle?
A few days ago. I had some things to take care of. Long overdue. There is a person who hates the great lords of Westeros just as much as we do. Someone with a large army.
Daenerys?
3 large dragons. And no husband. I'm going to build that fleet.
She wouldn't even consider you.
I'm not going to seduce her. The Iron Fleet will seduce her.
We shall have no king but Euron Greyjoy. Let the sea wash your follies and your vanities away. Let the old Euron drown.
Are they
Let his
leaving?
lungs fill with sea water.
You did that. God, she's so badass. Even for a memory, this is way too brave. This is such big Walking Dead vibes. Oh.
He saw me! The Night King! He saw me!
He touched you.
I thought they couldn't do that.
I don't know, he was close, but...
Get Bran and run!
Run! Run! Look! That doesn't feel like enough. I could walk over that. It hurt. Stop, drop, and roll.
We need Hodor!
Hodor!
Bran, we need Hodor! Bran, you have to... Now!
Listen to your friend, Brandon. Hodor!
Hold the door!
Hold the door! Hold the door!
This is the death music.
Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door!
Oh my god! Oh wow! Whoa! Whoa! That's so freaky.
Hold the door!
That I did not expect that to come around like that. That really just messed with my mind. Was because it's like that was always his destiny. Not only does Hodor die in the present, holding the door. What a scene, by the way. A piece of him also dies in the past. And I assume from there on out, he only just says Hodor and loses his ability to converse, speak regularly. It's just all Hodor, Hodor, Hodor from there on out. And it came from hold the door, Hodor. The whole time they're just yelling, hold the door. He's yelling, hold the door. I'm not even thinking that it's going to get into the Hodor thing. That is not, and I didn't, and the episode was already pretty much perfect up until that point, even though it was so... The dire wolf, is that the last wolf that the Starks have? That hit me so, I don't know why that hit me so hard. Maybe because of my, it probably is because of my dog, but even so, just thinking about how long the dire wolves have been in this show from literally episode 1, and that I think is the last one, even if it's not. Obviously I'm worried about the Sansa's lie, but she's with Jon, so I'm not like super worried as far as her safety goes. We have the Arya thing where she was definitely tested as far as her emotions go and controlling them, but now she's being tested, I feel like, with her morality and if she really wants to stick with what she's doing, because they're not killing people because it's the right thing to do. They're doing it because a price has been paid. And this lady might not really morally deserve it. It's the younger actress that wants the opportunity. So seems wrong on the surface, but Arya seems to have committed herself to this. So, but we'll see if she actually makes the decision to do it. I honestly don't know with Arya. Then you have the Jorah Daenerys scene in this episode. The I love you, his feelings being shared with her after all this time, after him facing the facing death essentially, and making sure, and it's true love also, because he's accepted the fact, obviously, that he's pretty much accepted the fact he can't be with her forever now, because she's pretty much like not let that be an option over all this time. You know, she's been with Dario's the other guy, and I think, right? And even though that doesn't seem to be something she's committed to, she's never given Jorah that shot. But even so, Jorah still like is just so committed to her, in love committed, and fully accepts that he would have just walked away, accepted dying, and still just carried on his last days just sitting there and knowing that he's fully in love with this woman he can never be with. And I think it would have gone, even if he didn't have the rock injury happening to him. I forget what the actual disease is called. It's written down somewhere, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I think he still would have just stuck by her side and been in love with her forever and been as loyal as ever. I mean, Jorah is just as good as it gets, really. I mean, again, putting aside all his wrongs from his past, but who in this show hasn't strayed into the category of wrong at some point? Yeah, I'm this episode from the White Walkers to the undead crawling up the way that they crawl, the cinematography of all of it. It's at night, so we're watching that. It's not even fully night, right? Sort of that in between period where it's even more eerie and it's a little foggy, and just this is what an amazing episode of television. You have the Greyjoy, not that Game of Thrones like wastes time really with scenes. They don't do that, but this was to the extreme of not wasting a single second. If you watch this episode from start to the end, not a single second is wasted. Not of dialogue, of storytelling, cinematography, everything from the drowning the guy in the ocean, Euron, who's now the king, and then we watched Yara and Theon leave and take all the ships. Where they're going, I don't know. What their long-term plan is, I don't know. I'm definitely curious to find out. I'm kind of glad that Theon has a new life now, new lease on life. Overwhelmed by this episode overall, these two.
The odd willow.
I don't really know what to make of them at this point. It feels so side story.
You'll start seeing the autumn colours coming in.
Sooner or later, one way or another. The gods have a plan for us all.
Who are you? Kind of leaning towards she's not playing a game and that she really is brainwashed.
Samuel, would you care for more bread?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you, Mother.
Not fat enough already.
Oh, I was waiting for just something shitty to come out of his mouth.
I thought the Night's Watch might make a man of you. Something resembling a man, at least.
He risked his own life to save mine more than once. He's a greater warrior than either of you will ever be.
Your way down to Castle Black. You're a wildling.
Just leave, both of you.
Sam?
We're leaving.
What?
Get your things.
I don't have any things. What are you doing?
We belong together.
Why am I so invested in whether or not she drinks this and dies? I don't even know her. Oh. Oh my God. Whoa, Arya.
She wants you dead.
Her name's Mercy, huh? Exactly. You're gonna go blind again, right? This was her last chance that she was told.
Shame. The girl had many gifts.
She did the right thing. But ooh.
You promised me.
Where is she? Where is she? This kid is so whipped if this is what I think it is.
Crown and the faith are the twin pillars upon which the world rests. Together, we will restore the Seven Kingdoms to glory.
I mean, sure.
I've been a member of the King's Guard since before you were born. You don't have to do this.
But not in this city.
You've lost it.
Where? I don't. This is the last person I want to see in my entire life. Oh, Uncle Benjamin.
Uncle Benjamin.
Now this is a reveal.
The letter John wrote me said you'd been lost beyond the wall.
You are the three-eyed raven, no?
I didn't have time to learn. I can't control anything.
You must learn to control it before the Night King comes.
It's never not so cool. High Sparrow getting Tommen on their side because it's definitely believable because Marjorie is so, you know, she's got him whipped. She's got Tommen whipped. So I believe that she could have convinced him to do that. But then I would guess that would mean that still doesn't tell me if Marjorie is one still faking and because she knows this is the best outcome for her. It's best for her to just play along with the High Sparrows and really just go all in, but still fake it. Or two, they really just got her. I'm still on the side of she's faking it all. And then part of her faking it was still getting Tommen to buy in. And then she's doing all... She's kind of another version of Cersei in that way. And they've showed that with the way that they really clashed heads earlier on before they both got themselves in the dungeons. Arya made a choice. I don't know where she is. She's in some brick wall that's complete pitch black. I'm just going to wait to see what happens with that, just like with Sam. We got Uncle Benjamin back. And we're going to get to see this scary-ass Dark Knight, or Night King, go after Bran, and Bran's obviously going to have to learn without having someone teaching him. He's going to have to really figure this out by himself to control these powers of this three-eyed crow power. This strong-ass person. Wait! He's got to be the one that kills Cersei's creation.
I've never seen a man swing an axe like that. How many men did it take to cut you down?
Just one.
When I found you, I thought you'd been dead for days.
We're getting the
You was
backstory.
sinking already, and you had bugs all over you.
He gave up.
Bone was coming through. Right?
I feel like he thought he could live, but like gave up, had no more will for anything.
But you should leave, Grandmother. Your place is at home.
I will never leave you.
You can't make her leave either.
You must.
Oh, okay, we got a game going on here. She slipped her a note.
The Boltons, the Karstarks, the Umbers. They know you're here. They know that more than half of you are women and children. After they finish with me, they'll come for you.
We need each other. I wonder if you're the worst person I've ever met.
I've thought that during the show.
It's hard to recall. The rest of your family have abandoned you. The people despise you. You're surrounded by enemies, thousands of them. You're going to kill them all by yourself?
She's asking the questions I've been wondering.
Lady Mormont.
Welcome to Bear Island.
I served under your uncle at Castle Black, Lady Lyanna. He was also a great warrior and an honourable man. I was his steward. In fact,
I think we've had enough small talk. Why are you here?
Who's this little badass? He's trying to gather his army together.
As far as I understand, you're a Snow.
Sansa's
and
right
Lady
there.
Sandra's a Bolton.
what you have to understand, my lady, is
I understand that I'm responsible for Bear Island and all who live here. So why should I sacrifice one more moment life for someone else's war?
She's the most logical person I've ever seen in this show, honestly.
Your uncle, Lord Commander Mormont, made that man his steward.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He chose John to be his successor because he knew he had the courage to do what was right.
Lord Commander.
Even if it meant giving his life. And make no mistake, my lady. The dead are coming.
The White Walkers are always the ace that you can pull out.
Kingslayer.
Blackfish.
I assume you're here to fulfill the vow you gave my niece. I don't see Sansa and Arya.
I don't have...
Wow, that was a long time ago.
And where was King Robb? They threw my wife and children in prison and brutalized and killed our subjects, taking up with a foreign whore.
Don't talk about Talisa like
getting
that.
himself and those who followed him killed.
I mean, he's right. He's right. I love you, Rob, but you messed up a lot of things. You have giants too, though.
They were careful and smart.
Do they have one giant?
For fuck's sake.
We gotta deal with little dumb stuff like
He's your
this.
most trusted advisor now.
It's a good advisor.
Secured. It's not enough. We need more men.
I feel like she's gonna come up with something. Crows? Sending a crow to who? Sansa Stark. Everything else is completely... Can't see anything but Winterfell. But she's thinking this one hard. This must be a big ask.
Sweet girl.
No. Oh, no! Is she alive? She just got stabbed and then she got Talisa treatment. How is she alive? And she had enough strength to push her off and roll into the water and hide underwater long enough to hide and swim to shore. Killed everybody. And they took whatever they have. And he missed it because he's too busy taking his frustration out on wood. Does he care? I don't even know who this version of the Hound is. The old Hound doesn't care. I need Arya to get help. I need Jon to build a bigger army. And I'm not even mad about that. What's the one house they went to? House Glover. I'm not even mad about it. And they swore an oath and everything, but so did Robb, right? And him going against it caused him to have no protection when it came to losing all his people. So I get it, and that's so. It really makes you think deeper into these people's decisions that you love so much. Because I love Robb endlessly. But yeah, he cost some people their lives, and for it to, it's such great writing because that was season 3. This is season 6, and the end of season 6, and there's major repercussions to decisions that were made way back then. It's a major repercussion for Jon not to be able to get the people he needs on his side. He's got some people, but not enough. He's got a couple houses that he mentioned, but they're like 100 people, another 100 or something. 2,000 wildlings, I think, who are, looks like they're fighting. It's probably the houses he mentioned and the wildlings that are fighting each other is what I'm guessing, which would make perfect sense. But with all that, we're just gonna have to wait and see what Sansa's crow, like what letter she's sending to who, what help she's gonna get from who. I sit here and rack my brain and I cannot think of one person where that she's run into that she would think she can reach out to and get some help from. Everyone she's run into has just tried to has just not been on her. That's why her running into Jon was such a relief, because it's the only person that's really felt like they're on her side. She reaching out to Baelish.
My firstborn son.
Is this is this the play?
My child.
Is she gonna stumble onto the play, bleeding out?
Where will you go?
Essos is east and Westeros is west. But what's west of Westeros?
Well.
What's that?
Just like Arya said.
Sleep is the only way you will heal.
We do not know.
Very romantic. You take your middle finger, yeah, and you jam it right up her bunghole.
I feel like that's worse for the person doing the prank. 1. Oh my god. 2. He's been chopping wood. He's got some extra practice. 3. 4. Oh.
The High Septon commands you. Are you sure you want to refuse him?
Yep. You sure you want to do this?
Move aside, sir.
It's not gonna happen. Look at his eyes. He's gonna retreat. And then
I choose violence.
I know that was memeified to such an extreme extent.
I have achieved that purpose.
It's yours. It will always be yours.
Should I fail to persuade the Blackfish to surrender, and if you attack the castle, honor compels me to fight for Sansa's kin.
I'll be fighting you. She likes him.
He gave me this sword to protect her. That is what I have done, and I will continue to do until the day I die.
He doesn't know you. He doesn't know that version of Jaime. He's so confused. He's like, what Jaime are you talking about?
Crown has decided that from this day forward, trial by combat will be forbidden throughout the Seven Kingdoms. The tradition is a brutish one, Faith.
It's over.
7 blessings.
Trial by combat was bullshit anyway.
Go on.
Come with us.
I've run before. At the Red Wedding, I'm not running again. This is my family home.
This is romance. Bye. Cersei's like the devil on Jaime's shoulders, and Brianna's like the conscience on Jaime's shoulders. It's like one's the good, one's the bad, and it's like an equal half for him. Here is the fucking queen. Where's your dragon? Light fire on those ships. I think it already did. These are the Brotherhood.
Fine. Killed you once before, Dundarian. Happy to.
Haven't seen them in a while.
Drop that arrow, you bloody girl. Tougher girls than you've tried to kill me.
That's true.
The things we're fighting will destroy them all alike.
White Walkers.
You can still help a lot more than you've harmed Clegane. It's not too late for you.
That's her. That's the girl. Oh, no, don't kill. This woman's so nice. Leave her alone. She fucking killed her. Arya's not healed. She has no weapon.
Lady Crane?
Slick. I like that. Not as slick, but I still like that too. Is that where she's been sleeping? Is her sword hiding in there? She's gonna kill her. Arya's gonna get her. She was trying to get her back here.
On your knees or on your feet?
You fucking badass, Arya. She already fought her blind. Fight her in the dark. She's been practicing for that. She came back here with that girl's head or whatever the fuck, didn't she?
Finally, a girl is Noah.
Do you mean this? Or are you just trying to stay alive?
A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell. And I'm going home.
Between Cersei's I choose violence and Arya's a girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell after the past 2 seasons of this fucked up cult religious torture that she's tried to fit into and realized that shit is not for her. Like, what is the purpose of taking these lives when they essentially, some of them are good people, like the one actress who just got brutally murdered in that chair. Couldn't tell if the legs went through her body or not. I don't know if they did. Either way, it's a fucked up death. Badass Arya. I get he must have let her go because the debt is paid. Otherwise, he could have just killed her. I feel like if that's something he wanted to do, he could have. Or something, he doesn't do it if he wants to do it. He only does it if the many-faced gods say so. I suppose maybe the debt was paid by the other girl being dead. So he just let her go. He even had a little bit of a look in his face, like, I don't know if the look could be I'm proud of you, because she's completely just going against everything he's been preparing her for. Unless in some weird roundabout way, this was all he was preparing her for. I don't know, because it cost him the life of one of his minions. So, yeah, I don't know. Brienne completely failed her plan. Obviously, Jaime got what he wanted. We lost Blackfish. That's kind of, I mean, we only just got him back. So, I think the Hound and the Brotherhood will somehow, some way end up, even though they fight on their own, they do their own thing, which I think has always been their thing. Feels like they'll end up with, the Hound is going to end up on the good side of things somehow, some way. Where that ends up being allegiance wise, I'm not entirely sure. I just know it's going to be on, I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be on the good side of things. Jon should kill him right now for even looking at her.
Thank you for returning Lady Bolton safely.
Fuck off.
Now, dismount and kneel before me.
Let's end this the old way.
1-on-1.
Against me.
What was this, WWF now? This game over for you, Ramsay, if you take that.
I keep hearing stories about you, bastard. The way people in the north talk about you, you're the greatest swordsman who ever walked. Tell me, will you let your little brother die because you're too proud to surrender?
How do we know you have him?
So many wolf heads I've seen already.
You want to say
you're going to die tomorrow, Lord Bolton. Sleep well.
Sleep well. The lines are top tier in these last few episodes. She chooses violence.
I look forward to having her back in my bed.
His death is going to top Joffrey's for me.
I know the way his mind works. I know how he likes to hurt people. Did it ever once occur to you that I might have some insight?
I've defended the wall from worse than Ramsay Bolton.
You don't know him.
He's a slick, sick motherfucker.
Right, tell me. I'll protect you, I promise.
No one can protect me. No one can protect anyone.
Don't tell me this is where Stannis' daughter died. He's cutting him loose. He's gonna cut him loose. Too much suspense. He's gonna cut him loose. Why?
Run to your brother. The sooner you make it to him, the sooner you get to see him again.
You don't know. You're messing with Jon. You don't. There's no way. There's no way this is this simple.
No, you have to run, remember?
This motherfucker. Do zigzags. Zigzags. Zigzag. Stop running straight. Zig-zag. You're running in a straight line. Did it land at his foot and he tripped? He was playing with his food. Playing with his kill. He knows exactly what he's doing. This is so badass right here. This shot and the music with the faded sound of the horses. Oh, this is amazing. This is crazy. There's no words. You're not winning a sword fight against Jon. I'm shit, like my hands are shaking watching this. I mean, his kill count is like 100 already. Don't kill Tormund. Tormund, survive. No, pay attention. Pay attention.
Hey!
Are they surrounding them? They are. You should have just sat the giant in front of them while they tried to pull that off. It's too late now. That is literally what should have happened as soon as that shit started forming. Wow, you see the blood come off that sword? Oh wow, the way that they are filming the passing by. He's gonna get trampled. Oh my god, what a savage! Who's this? Sansa's got this. Sansa, I will do whatever the fuck I have to do. And that's what Baelish is. And she just did that. I first thought she sent that crow out to Baelish. No, go get him. Go get him.
They don't have the men for a siege. All we have to do is wait.
I am so... That's so cool. Just the fist. He's already been shot like 20 times. What an amazing episode. Is he gonna fall? Notice how he shot the giant instead of Jon.
You suggested one-on-one combat, didn't you? I think that sounds like a wonderful
Yeah, after Jon's just been trampled and killed 1 billion people. Kill him! Kill him! I've never been happier to see such brutality. How's he even still moving? You know nothing, Ramsay Bolton. I don't think Sansa was really fazed by what she just saw.
Where is he?
No one's ever deserved this more.
You can't kill me. I'm part of you now.
Your words will disappear.
My hounds will never harm me.
You haven't fed them in 7 days, you said it yourself. Now they're starving.
Don't!
Think about what she's been through. Think about what she's been through, and again, to know that Jon was going into this all wrong and dooming himself, and to do what she had to do, which again is another Catelyn Stark thing. Call on Lord Baelish for help. She did what she had to do, and she finishes him off. And I said I wanted her to be the one to finish him off. I said a lot of stuff in this episode. I am sorry, guys. This episode was incredible. This is... I'd have to really think back, because I know I'm very emotional right now, and I don't want to get caught up in this is my favorite episode thing. But this feels like my favorite episode I've seen so far as I sit here right now, from start to finish, nonstop. They spent the perfect exact amount of time that they need to spend in the beginning on one battle in Marine. And then the rest of the episode, we got to see what was by far, for me, the best battle sequence the show has filmed. And I don't even typically usually care for that stuff. I'm more into like the character driven stuff, the emotional stuff, the acting, and just like everything, cinematography, just everything in that bubble. But that was just, you can't deny how incredible all of that was. All of it, every single bit of it, from the POV shots from John's perspective, to the shots that were first person sort of like behind John, to the shots when he was being trampled, you really felt like you were being suffocated with him, to the arrow shots that would just come on. But I mean, one thing about him is he feels very invincible, that's for sure. I guess that's a knock, but what the fuck ever. This episode is so good, I just don't care. Well, the arrows would just land everywhere but on him. But the way it was shot was incredible. The sound effects in this episode were as good as any episode. Just everything was perfect. Perfection in this episode. And for everything, I've said this before about, for everything Sansa's been through, and for her to be who she is in this moment. I've said that before, but somehow they top it again and again. This is top tier Sansa. There's not a stronger character in the show right now than Sansa. Sansa cannot be hurt or more negatively or emotionally affected than she already has. Like it can't get worse. So she just has it all together at all points and knows like exactly what needs to be done or played next. And she's an incredible. I am amazed how I have reached this point where Jon Snow's my favorite character, and I can't get past like the emotional connection I feel to him at this point, just because of everything. It's a lot with him. It's a lot, but I don't even want to dig into it because this is about Sansa right now. I never thought I'd reach the point where Sansa would be a very, very close number 2. She is. She's incredible. I love her character. So ominous. Cersei can't have her Frankenstein guy fight for her, right?
Which crimes will you be confessing?
All of them. I lay with other men.
The gods' judgment is fierce, but also fair.
Is it?
My only remaining wish is to devote my life to the Seven.
You understand fully what this means.
He has to get a stupid forehead tattoo.
I'm late for the trial.
It appears that Queen Mother doesn't wish to attend her own trial.
I really like the piano. Very, very, very light strings over the first few minutes of this episode. It really has me sort of on edge because it's so different for this show. Oh, all right, you got him. Come on, kids. The fire? Isn't all the fire down here? Is it Cersei? I've been saying Cersei for so long, it's hard to switch it up. I knew someone named Cersei. That's why. For everyone that comes at me. Stuff that they used in the battle against Stannis.
Cersei is not here. Tommen is not here. Why do you think they are not here? The trial can wait. We all need to leave.
Is this under where they are? Is it just gonna light up the whole area?
Let me through. Let me through.
All those barrels. Oh my god, that is so sick. Wow. Oh my gosh. kind of like Marjorie. I'm a little sad about that, to be honest with you. Checkmate is what this is. Remember the little tit for tat that they were doing?
I fuck my brother because it feels good to feel him inside me.
Damn, sick.
I lie about fucking my brother. I'm not going to die for quite a while. Your gods have forsaken you.
Wow. They gotta rebuild all that and whatnot too. At some point, right? No, oh my god! Whoa! 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 What the hell just happened?
He should be with his grandfather. His brother. His sister.
All of them all gone, in part due to her. She took that way better than I thought she would. I'm almost shocked. Damn. That's a nice visual. Wow, Sam's wet dream. Honestly, mine too. This looks a lot like the library in Final Fantasy VII, the remake. When you get to Shinra, you get to the top floor.
Could have been worse, Jon Snow. You had a family.
Tell him who it belonged to. Tell him what you did to her. Tell him!
John's not gonna. He's not gonna be okay with this.
We burned her at the stake.
Why?
Because the god said so.
The army was strapped. The horses were dying.
You burned a little girl alive.
I only do what my lord commands.
If he commands you to burn children, your lord is evil. I loved that girl like she was my own. She was good, she was kind, and you killed her!
She was such a light.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I've been ready to die for many years. You know the army of the dead will be upon us soon. And you know I can help you win that war.
If you return to the north, I'll have you hanged as a murderer.
This is the most John decision ever.
You ever come back this way, I will execute you myself.
I don't think we're done with her.
Mother and father's ring. You should take it.
I'm not a Stark.
Come on, man.
You are to me.
Enough of that.
We need to trust each other. We can't fight a war amongst ourselves. We have so many enemies now.
I'll take the two of you over everyone.
Cersei stole the future from me. She killed my son. She killed my grandson. She killed my granddaughter.
So she knows.
Survival is not what I'm after now. What is my heart's desire?
Oh.
Vengeance.
Is that Varys? He's getting
nearly ready.
Everybody on Daenerys' side to come just end the Lannisters. They got no shot. Wow.
I name you Hand of the Queen.
Okay, let's go. I love that. You get a redo. And she's giving it to you because she wants to give it to you and believes in you, as opposed to your father.
Where are my damn moron sons?
This is what he was doing at Hogwarts.
Walder and Lothar promised to be here by midday.
Here, my lord.
What? This is some serious Cartman shit.
They weren't easy to carve.
Who are you?
Especially Black Walder.
My name is Arya Stark.
I think this might be my new favorite death. I don't know. This Ramsay Joffrey.
Who should the North rally behind? True-born daughter of Ned and Catelyn Stark, born here at Winterfell? Or a motherless bastard born in the South?
Better watch your mouth.
Thank you,
It
Uncle
would have
Ben.
been nice for John to see him.
I wish you both good fortune.
Even in this condition. So we're picking up back off from the previous memory. I don't know what any of this is what we're supposed to gain from this. Lyanna.
Is that you? Listen to me, Ned.
What'd you whisper? If Robert finds out, to protect him. She had a baby with was it with Rhaegar Targaryen?
Promise me, Ned. Promise me.
It must have been, right? Is that Jon? That's Jon! That's who his mom is! Oh my god, what? My brain is shattered right now.
I will stand behind Jon Snow. The king in the north! The king in the north!
The only thing. Is she gonna sit in that chair? How? Because there's no one else, right? The score in this whole episode. We are finally with their hand of the king. There's Varys. So she's got Dorne too. What a great episode. What a great run. And in the corner, next episode, season 7, episode 1. We are so damn close. That look at the end there from Jaime to Cersei makes me think real hard, real long and hard about how he's feeling about, I mean, just everything in general. We know that he is just obsessed with her, full blown, head over heels in love with her. As down bad for someone as you can be for someone. And I don't know if that there's like maybe a dent in that feeling a little bit with the way he's looking at her at the end there, like, you know, because she's in charge. She's in charge fully. It's like he's looking at her like, but at what cost sort of thing. But she also kind of had no choice. But did she know that? Would she have thought that Tom might go as far as to commit suicide? I don't know. I have so many thoughts. So the Jon thing. Jon is a my son. He's a Targaryen, right? Kaduna Rhaegar Targaryen kidnapped, raped Lyanna Stark, Ned's sister, and we got to see, you know, her in her last moment there in the flashback. The only thing I can assume is that that's Rhaegar Targaryen's baby. I think that that's what's happening here. And that makes, like, Jon's not even Ned's. And it makes sense, too, because Ned was always, Ned was kind of dodgy with explaining, you know, Jon's mother and, you know, his real past and all that. And I just always assumed, yeah, he had an affair, brought this kid back. Should have known better. The Ned that I know, I should have known better. If Jon is a Targaryen, he would still be he would also be a Stark, right? Because Lyanna Stark, she's a Stark. He's a Stark and a Targaryen? What the fuck? And this show goes off, I mean, does that make him the rightful heir to the throne? Not that that's going to matter to Cersei. If he's the rightful heir to the throne, Daenerys, oh my god, my brain just went into like a complete broken, because Daenerys, they dropped the whole Daenerys is leaving herself open to marry somebody, and for whatever reason my brain never ever went to the place of Daenerys meeting Jon Snow, because they've always been literal worlds apart, and this is the first time. I cannot believe it took 6 seasons to actually see Daenerys make her way officially to King's Landing, or to she's finally making her way, and that's the first time I can really feel like, yeah, her and Jon Snow, what if they actually meet? I think she'll like him and not, you know, try and like in my head I'm just thinking as simply as she'll let him have the North, she'll let him have Winterfell, let him be Lord of Winterfell, like, you know, just, and she'll be in charge. This everything is different now, but are they related, right? So would he be I can't even bring myself, I'm not going to allow myself to picture them getting married or being a couple at all, because that would make me too happy. It would make me way too happy, and that is just something that I can't even allow myself to be that optimistic. So I'll just wait and see what happens. They got to meet at some point, especially with the Targaryen thing. But I saw the Dothraki, I saw the Unsullied, and then I saw the ship that obviously Daenerys, Tyrion were on with Varys, and that girl whose name I always forget. You really just have like the Daenerys army, everything going on in the north with Jon Snow and everyone pledging their allegiance to him, and then you just have Cersei, who's in charge of everything at King's Landing, and the queen of all of Westeros, right? So just those three factions. And then you do have the Greyjoy's uncle. I'm not sure what factor he'll play at all. I'm not really gonna think about him until he's a factor. Oh, and Arya, we can't forget Arya, who just popped up and killed Walder, whatever, killed the Red Wedding motherfucker, and what a fantastic end to this season.